see where we at with it now. Mm. Okay. I see you, Rhonda. Do you see where you can join, sis? It just say Rhonda is watching. Y'all, this is crazy. I am trying to figure this out. Okay. Let me see. Rhonda, let me know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Hey, okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yay, we did it!
After about 25 minutes, about 30
Okay, and
minutes.
I'm already super late, but we
Oh,
made
goodness.
it.
We are here. We are here.
We made it. Thank you.
Girl. Okay.
The enemy did not win.
That's right. Period.
But
Okay.
I'm excited.
Timing
Oh,
is
let me put my
always
thing.
perfect. I believe that. I believe timing is always perfect. Like, that's why I try not to get stressed out about being late and
Right.
all of that. Even though I like to be punctual, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try not to stress out about being late. Because
Divine
is it really
timing.
such thing? You know? So,
Divine timing, right?
divine timing. What you eating on?
Some seaweed snacks.
Girl,
And my chlorophyll.
that's good, sis.
Get your
I actually bought some of the seaweed snacks the other day, but they were the ones that came in the white packaging. Have you seen those?
Mm-mm. You talking about the Gimme brand?
I don't know. Whatever it
What?
was, it
I'm not
wasn't
gonna lie.
crunchy enough.
When I first tried these, I was like, oh hell.
Let me see it.
They was real fishy when I first tried them.
Yeah.
And I was pregnant with Indy and I said,
What's
oh,
that? Teriyaki?
these
Oh,
ones I
okay.
love teriyaki
I
and they
got
got
the
sweet.
I got the sea salt ones, and I was like, oh girl,
That was my
it was
first
the texture. It was the texture. It was
my
the
first
texture.
time it was like eating anchovies. It was too fishy. Like
Yeah,
mm-mm. No, it's good.
yeah. Maybe you have just adjusted your palate.
Right.
I
Then I
will
was pregnant, so
practice. Yeah, I'll try again. I'll try again.
Alexa, is that music too loud? Can you hear?
Nah, it's not too loud. It's good actually. I
Hey.
am. How
Well,
y'all
first we
doing
need to start
tonight?
off by saying welcome. I
Yeah,
see 10 people
that's good.
present with us. Thank y'all for being here with
Thank y'all
us
so
this
much.
moment. We appreciate y'all.
Hmm.
If you're on the chat and you have encountered narcissistic behavior, let me see you drop something in the comments. Drop I'm a survivor. It's like I'm just playing.
Drop
I'm
Mama
just
some
playing.
Abba survivor. Let me go to the
Let me
comments.
see.
Hold
Let me see
on.
some fish. I'm just playing.
I need to drop it in there first. Okay. Come again, say what?
It's gonna be a funny live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Because I can
excited.
laugh about it now.
Yeah, it's
We
real
can
funny.
laugh about it now.
It's real funny. A lot of me when I think about narcissism, I be thinking about my damn self. If I can be honest,
I used to
I
think
always
I was a narcissist.
I always compare myself to this Alexa, volume 2. the stuff that was like reflected back to me, I always see me.
Right.
And they always remind me, like, damn, girl, you was a little bit narcissist. I wasn't a narcissist. I just operate. I had some.
What you mean though, when you say like it always bring back to you? You mean in a way for you to reflect, or you just would
Right.
make
It was for me to
everything about you?
reflect.
So
It
that's
kind
not the
of,
same thing. Cause I used to think I was a narcissist for that same reason.
well,
Like
no, let me say that back. I'm not a narcissist. I
well,
was
I
never
know
a
you're not a
narcissist.
narcissist.
Right. But it was the narcissistic behaviors that I exhibited in previous relationships.
What is
Into
it?
that,
But
so
don't even go
meaning
there
like,
yet.
for instance,
How about you tell us
example.
what a narcissist is? Like, what's the difference between a narcissist and somebody who has narcissistic behavior? Because they
Right,
are not the same.
right,
Okay. A lot
right.
of times people be throwing the word narcissist around a little too loosely because a lot of people that have trauma have narcissistic behavior, but that
Right,
doesn't
right,
necessarily mean they're narcissists. So can you break that
right,
down for us, please?
right. So the difference, I'm gonna start with a narcissist. So a narcissist is diagnosed. It's more like a mental disorder, and a narcissist is someone who lacks empathy. They usually always try to seek external validation from others.
Hmm.
Um, and they're all about self. They lack empathy, and they always are seeking external validation. Um, and usually they are driven by the ego. They are
Right.
like overly driven by ego. We all need our ego, but with a person who is narcissistic, they the ego is in the driver's seat always. Like they
Yeah.
lack uh, a self awareness
Right.
versus somebody who may exhibit narcissistic behavior. It's not a diagnosis or a mental disorder. It's more it's behavior. So this person might, for example, somebody who's they still lack empathy. They might have, of course, I'm sure they endured some type of trauma, but they might be out of touch with themselves. They may do things to other people. They might lack empathy, do certain things to throw other people under the bus just so they can get above or ahead. You know what I'm saying? Shit
Hmm.
like that, like little narcissistic behaviors, but that doesn't mean that they are a
A
narcissist.
narcissist, right?
Right. It's a
Yeah.
difference.
Because
Versus
I
a
and that's what I
narcissist is
could
somebody
say.
who's been
Like,
diagnosed with a mental disorder.
but
Like
some of them
this
don't
person.
get diagnosed though,
Right. Usually. Right.
because a lot of times a lot of narcissists, if they're a real narcissist, like, are not gonna accept the idea of them being the problem.
Right. And
So
I
if
feel
they
like the
don't
ones
think
that
that
get
they the
diagnosed.
problem, they not gonna do nothing to try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Because they will
Right.
constantly try to make everything and everybody else the problem. Like, they lack
Right.
all accountability.
And they really
When
don't
you
see it.
dealing with a real narcissist, they
They
lack
really
all
don't see it.
accountability.
And
Right?
they really be delusional. Like they really don't
Extremely
see.
delusional.
They so
Okay.
they now I will say I haven't I as far as dating, I never dated a narcissist. I wasn't raised by a narcissist, but I've been close to people who operated,
Who
who
are
were
narcissists? Yeah.
yeah. I
But
seen them,
yeah.
but I
And I have dated a narcissist and had a
go ahead.
child with a narcissist.
Wow.
Like, not somebody with narcissistic behavior.
You talking about the one I met?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, he's a real narcissist.
No, he real life
Listen,
certified. He is certified G.
baby, had
Funny.
you in here like this. Let me make sure.
It's
Child,
not funny.
Lord have
It's not
mercy.
funny. But I will say, y'all, I love this dynamic. When I say I'm excited to talk about this topic because I
Me too.
love it. My people know I live for this shit. This is what I like to talk about.
Mhm.
I love a good
Yeah,
narcissist. Come on and drag.
yeah.
When people call me and they be like, I be here narcissist and this is the no. When you realize that you are dealing with someone with narcissism. When you actually come to that awareness, like, oh, this is a narcissist, or this is somebody who is operating out of narcissistic behavior, that's when you know it's about to be over. And
Yeah.
you're finally
I
there.
like my experience.
I love my
I
experience.
didn't like
Me
it at the
too.
time,
Yeah.
but like reflecting on it now, it it drove me to the point of where I had to make a decision
Mhm.
that was so clear. You know what I'm saying? Like there was
Mhm.
no only that type of situation could have brought me to the point where I was like, fuck this. I know who I am. I know what I want, and it ain't this.
Right.
Okay? Like I've been playing games the whole time. The whole time I've been like, oh, I might want this, or I just want you
Just
know,
playing
like just
small, playing
yeah,
small.
just like no, like at that relationship pushed me to the point of really knowing me
Right.
and gaining the strength to stand up for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
in a relationship, in my experience with a relationship with in a relationship with a narcissist, I literally spent every single day, like after the first, like once I got pregnant, let's say that, because
Mm-hmm.
that's when the whole mood
Shit.
flipped.
Yeah.
Like it
Right.
was
Right.
all perfect before there. He was saying everything I wanted to hear. Like he had
Dude,
set everything up to make it look like,
he was
you
like Risa
know,
Tisa. What's Risa Tisa?
he went deep. Like this nigga
Wait,
had
did you
set
look at the Risa Tisa series? The
girl some
lady.
of it. He was like that
You-
though. Because because he set an alarm on his phone and changed the name of the alarm to the name of his bank. So it would look like every night he was getting these notifications from his bank to say he had this much money in his account. And not because I wanted his money, because as you know, I had my own business, like I was paying
Right.
my own bills, like I wasn't dependent on him for nothing. But the problem was that prior to us getting into this relationship, we were friends.
Right.
And
Right.
while we were friends, he was not taking care of his kids, not paying his child support, like quitting his jobs and doing all this kind of stuff. So when he came back into my life and proposed a relationship, he came with it with trying to provide evidence that he had his shit together.
Right.
So it
He needed to be
wasn't
with
that, yeah, it was more like trying to prove that he
trying to
had
prove. Right.
leveled up to this to
That's
this
what I mean
level
by
of
they
being to
do
where
shit
he
for external
right.
validation. Like, oh, I need you to say something, stroke my ego, tell me that make me feel a man, or
It
make
was
me feel
no, it was manipulation because he knew that that's what it would take for me to be with him.
right, right,
He knew that he couldn't come to me like not having his shit together. And
right, right, right.
instead of really getting his shit together, he just composed the whole narrative
They had a whole
that was
damn
not
story.
real to make me think he had his shit together. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
was like broad manipulation from before it even started. It felt planned. You know what I'm saying?
It be
It
playing,
felt
it be playing.
very much planned and executed. Like even when it came down to getting pregnant with my daughter, like I used to talk shit about people who would say, "Oh, this dude pulled a condom off on me." I'd be like, "How you don't know he pulled the condom off? You is lying." Until it happened to me, you
Right.
know. Until that happened to me, like,
Okay.
wait a minute, I told you I'm ovulating. Like, when did you even? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know. And I
He
put that
said,
on my
"Gotcha,
soul, okay? Like, I
gotcha."
was not even trying, like, with the intention of wanting to get me pregnant. And once I got pregnant, everything flipped. Like, he just
Mm-hmm.
became so cruel and
Mm. It must have been
used
crawl.
and always tried to make it like it was because he loved me. You know what I'm saying? Like, had a every single day I'm having to defend myself to this man. We done
Mm-hmm.
got in the whole fender bender because he accused me of locking eyes with somebody that was passing by in the parking lot in a vehicle. And I didn't
Insecure.
even know what the fuck he was talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Somebody. That's another thing. People who usually exhibit narcissistic behavior are they're very insecure. They usually try to
very,
do things like they might go get plastic surgery, go get jewelry. They might do all of these things external, outside of them
very much
because they
so
like self
external all the
awareness.
time.
They're
Like,
not self aware. They're not in touch
no,
with their emotions. They're not.
no.
They're not there. They're very ego driven. Like they
Very
don't.
ego
And a
driven,
lot of them
very
like through
Controlling.
their
Yeah.
experience, a lot of them endured a lot of trauma, and they have created these coping mechanisms or these walls, these barriers that push them so far from their self. They're not connected to the divine or
Bro,
to their divinity.
I really feel like it's a psychological breakdown
Mm-hmm.
because they believe these narratives that they create.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they really believe it. I remember I told you one time I thought he was schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, matter of fact, I did deal with somebody like that before, and I asked him. I said, "You schizophrenic?"
Because he would really believe the shit that he was saying, and I would know that it's not true. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Sit
man. He
here
said,
like,
"I ain't put
yeah,
the business out there, but I got to say this." When you had mentioned some money, and he talking about he had COVID with his accountant, baby. This man said
girl,
he had his own business. He had to run things by his assistant and his accountant, honey. You would have thought he was.
my baby was 8 months old. Okay. I call him like, okay, it's been 8 months. Like $50 the whole time is all I've gotten from you for a case of diapers in 8 months. Like
Well, you talking to him.
we need to work something out. You know what I'm saying? We can come to an agreement on an amount. We can whatever. I'm not trying to hurt you, but what I'm saying is I need you to help me out with your child, with our child, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, he hit me with that. Oh, I gotta talk to my accountant first and get back to you. What, bitch? What fucking
It is not funny. It's
accountant?
sad. It's sad.
Okay.
It's
First of all,
sad,
what accountant you got, sir?
and I pray that he made it through. He is a character. He's a character.
Character, bruh. Went through a whole spill.
Whew.
And I ain't even gonna lie. I really, when I reached out to him about wanting to giving me money for my daughter, the only reason I did that was to start a argument with him because I
Mm-hmm.
knew he wasn't going to want to help with her.
Right.
So I used it as an excuse to start an argument with him so I can cut off communication completely.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, like it's been 8 months and you
Mm-hmm.
really do not help me at all with our daughter. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
So in my mind, you either gonna help or you gonna stop calling me all the time for shit that ain't got nothing to do with my baby. Like, why are you
Right.
still calling me trying to dictate my life, trying to weasel yourself back up in here? Like, it's done. You
That's what I
know,
mean.
and then remember
Nah.
when we broke up, all the shit he was doing to me, like all the messages
Mm-hmm.
he was that was sending, the shit he was saying, like he was literally trying to tear my self-esteem to shreds.
Two shreds.
He tried to
And that's because,
rip me to
and
pieces, bruh.
when it came to y'all, like the child and everything, they lack empathy for
No
other
empathy,
people outside of them. They don't even have empathy for
no
self.
empathy.
People
He
can
did
only
not
meet
give
you
a
where they
fuck
at.
about what he said, to the point where while I was pregnant, remember I told you that the doctor office people told him he couldn't come back to my appointments.
Really?
They put him out of the OBGYN clinic because every time he used to come with me, he would antagonize me to the point where my blood pressure would go sky high.
Oh my goodness.
Every time, bruh.
Mm.
So I'm at the OBGYN because we done broke up at this point now because it happened one time before we broke up.
Mm-hmm.
But then he coming in there, oh, because you probably ain't doing this and like calling me out my name and telling me just he was hella disrespectful, bruh. He used to always try to make me feel like I
Mm-mm.
was not doing a good enough job as a mother.
Right.
Mind you,
He was
he
just doing
had
he
three
was
other
doing his
kids before
job. He
my
was
kids
doing
he
his
wasn't even
job.
taking care of. Right,
He
right.
was playing. He was playing his. He was
Right,
playing his
right.
role.
And then you know me, like I'm not sitting here pouting because of what you're saying. I'm
Right.
getting mad as mad. And
Mm-hmm.
you making me want to put my hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you pushing me to the point now where I'm over here like, ugh. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can't. So this nigga had my blood pressure going up sky high that the fucking doctor's office told him he couldn't come back.
That's good. He ain't need to take his
Couldn't
ass
come
out.
back to no appointments. He showed up one time. They was like, yeah, her appointment ain't today. Sorry. Girl, I was in the back. Okay.
She said that's what they
That's
like to
what they
do.
like to do. No,
That's all they know how to do.
my cousin know. My cousin know.
But let me
Yeah,
say
she
that because
know.
I do want to say Rico said good stuff, Britt. Oh,
Rico.
Brittany got that goddamn stories, honey. The
Okay.
stories, honey.
Man, listen,
But
that shit could go on and on. Like, but
that's why that was funny.
I don't want to get too wrapped up on like all the crazy shit I went through with him. I just kind of like want to put those experiences out there to say
Right,
like
right.
this is relatable. Like
Real shit,
trust
right.
me, a lot of us have dealt with people like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is stuff that will have you, whether you a man or a woman, it don't matter which side of the spectrum you on. Like
Mm-hmm.
dealing with somebody like that takes so much from you, bro. It literally, I had done so much healing work before meeting him. Then I
Mm-hmm.
was with him and then turned around and had to heal like for another 2 years after that relationship. Like
Yeah.
that shit fucked me up so bad. Like,
for me, for
oh,
me,
bro.
for me, it was a lot of emotional manipulation.
Yeah,
That's what it was for me
yeah,
because that was the area that I really lacked at. Learning how to control my emotions, not getting so upset, not getting so moved and bothered and aggressive and all that.
I
So
love you,
mine,
friend. Thank
in my
you.
previous relationships, I would deal with people who would just want to do stuff to like piss me off or
Right.
try to set little booby traps, very calculated. You know what I'm saying? Like have you on a roller coaster, um, text a female and let it, let me see it. Like little
Yeah, yeah.
childish things,
Childish shit. They come back like, oh, I just need to heal.
childish shit, and then try to blame it on
Yeah,
this and just act like they was, and then I'm an empath, right? Well, I'm empath, so for me, and I'm gonna say this before I even get into it, empaths usually attract the narcissist because empaths have so much positive energy, so much empathy, which a narcissist lacks empathy.
yeah,
So the lesson is for the empath to learn how to set healthy boundaries. So I lacked boundaries. I didn't know how to set healthy boundaries with people. Worthiness, knowing your self worth. So that's why I said I love the narcissist and the empath dynamic because it adds on to your self growth and development.
yeah,
Now, right. So I lack boundaries. So this person will come along, he'll do something, and I would always empathize with him. Oh well,
yeah.
you know how I do. Oh well, I was like that before, and I get it. His mom and his dad, and
You be so
oh,
understanding with
I
everybody
just
else.
understand. My
Yeah,
perspective is just so high, and I'm just
open,
like,
right,
so I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about it. Well, how you? But then I finally was like, honey, I ain't got to deal with this crazy ass shit no more.
right,
It,
right.
it, it did what it needed to do.
Yeah,
Like, I will, and I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. when I found, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna get into that one. That's another story. But I will say, for me, when I knew I was over it, it finally all clicked, came together. Like, okay, this is for me. This brought awareness for me. Like, I did so much growing through those relationships, and it wasn't just one. I dealt with other people who, and not even just relationships, family members as well. Like, this is not even just
I wanted
romantic.
to get into that too.
This is some of y'all
Yeah,
mothers could have showed y'all narcissistic behavior, or it could be narcissists, or your mama, your daddy, your grandma,
cousins, like
cousins,
siblings,
whoever. Like, those people are usually in your
uncles.
life to be a
Goddamn.
mirror, to be a
Yeah,
reflection, to show
yeah.
you where you need healing, where you need growth, where you need development. So
I,
for me, it definitely was emotional. I had to gain emotional intelligence. I had to learn how to detach.
you had to learn you first.
I had to learn me, but
Yeah,
I did, especially my shadow. Like my
all of
last
you.
relationship, this
Right,
nigga was my shadow. Then when I say shadow, like the shit that you brush under the rug, the little toxic shit that you used to do or that you do and you don't want nobody to see.
right,
He was showing me out loud, like, oh, this what you do. Oh, this how you behave when you get mad. Or this how when somebody ready to have an adult conversation with you, this how you act. You shut down. He
right,
was like showing me.
right,
Oh, this how you do. As soon as you get into an argument, you'll go run and go text another nigga or talk to another nigga. Like that shit
right,
I used to do back in the day. It's still trying to fill that void, still trying to be codependent and okay, just immature. So that relationship was like a mirror for me, and it
right.
grew me a lot. So of course I could have been the victim and said, oh, he did this and he's a narcissist and he did this and But no, like I look at every relationship that I've been in as reflections of me. I grow from them,
Baby,
and I
let me
grow
tell
and
you
I get up out
something.
of there. I grow and I go.
I would be lying if I didn't say that that relationship, like that person, was a manifestation of all of my insecurities.
That's usually how the
Okay.
narcissist is.
So
That's how
this
they
is the
show up.
thing. And that's
They
why
are reflections of you and your insecurities.
everybody you attract, you got some type of y'all vibing on some type of the same
Y'all
frequency in order for
reflections.
you to attract this person.
Right.
Now, it doesn't mean that y'all behave the same or y'all move the it is
Right.
because there's something
Right.
inside of them that is playing on some type of insecurity inside of you. And when
Right.
I say that, I can say like before my relationship with him, like I was in a good place and I've always been, pretty happy person overall. Like even when I was
Mhm.
going through stuff, I always try to keep my energy high and be positive, and I never like being down. But before I met him,
Wait. Let me add this on real quick, because they both
okay,
came in. They both came in
they
around the same
both came
time.
in around the same time. They
So
did.
we went through our last. To
Hmm.
me, that's karmic energy.
Yeah.
Third party
It
energy
was
is
like the
like a
wrap up.
karmic. It was the wrap up of the karmic. It's like
Yeah.
you about to graduate out this class. I think
Yeah.
about it as a classroom, like
Yeah.
same devil, different person, like
Yeah.
same lesson, new body,
Yeah.
new teacher. But
And
those
at
were the
that
last teachers
time,
for us.
yeah, at that time we were really
We were vibing
working.
high. We
We
was
were
like,
vibing high.
unicorns, rainbows,
Right. We were working
manifest,
on ourselves. We was
sprinkle
connecting
dust.
with the earth. Like
We was
we
fairies.
were really working on ourselves spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like linked in with each other with the tribe. And so it's no accident that they both came in around the same time, because it was like for me, for him to show up, first of all, I needed to get that out my
Hmm.
system anyway. I had been
Right.
too many years back and forth with this same person, back and forth. And to be honest, I kind of in the back of my head before then, in the
Hmm.
past, I used to wish he would be with me because I loved him so much and all this kind of
Hmm.
stuff. But
You had that strong karmic
it was a
connection, like.
toxic thing from the beginning because he was a person that I never should have been dealing with in the first place. Okay. Now
Or was
I'm
he?
just
Or
being
was
real.
he?
I'm
Or
being
was he?
transparent.
The connection do be strong though.
The
I will
connection,
say
I
that.
was right, I was
It be
cheating
strong.
on my first baby daddy with this guy
Hmm. Hmm.
way years before I even had kids.
Hmm.
Like before I even had kids, okay.
Man,
Like, so this was a long time ago.
y'all playing
Like
this in the ethers,
it was
honey.
way before, right? So I had been already like attracted this energy, been.
Right.
You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? We just was tiptoeing around stuff for a long time. It was a lot of back and forth, and it was years that would go by when I was not available. The years would go by when he was not available. So
Hmm.
up until that point, it was like, oh man, like damn, I'm available and he available. Is this divine?
Sure
You
the
know what
hell
I'm
was
saying?
divine.
Like this shit gotta be divine, right?
Sure
Because
was divine. Divine said,
it was
okay, you ready to
divine.
grow up? You ready to grow up? Let me drag you from Saturn back, baby. Let me drag your ass a little bit
Right,
harder. I bet
right.
you'll let go.
I bet you'll let go. But
Like
at that
Katrina
time,
said,
like we was
Katrina
working on
put,
ourselves so good. We was hold on,
Katrina
somebody said
said they
something.
do what we allow them. Exactly right, honey.
Absolutely.
They gonna keep
What's
dragging
going
you, and then if you keep
on?
going back, guess what? They gonna drag your ass a little
Yeah.
harder.
Well, sometimes you gotta keep going back till you get the lesson.
Right. I
Then
did.
when you finally get the lesson, you can leave and move on. Like,
Right.
but once we older, you know what I'm saying? Like, my big cousin Trina, like,
Mm-hmm.
she already been through this shit before she went through it again. So
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't like her first go round with, her past situation. But then when it
Right.
was time for her to go, she was done.
When it was time to
When it was
graduate,
time
right?
for her to go, she was done. You
When
don't
it
look,
was
she's talking
time to
about
defeat
absolutely.
Bowser. When it was time to defeat Bowser, you
Right,
got up out
right,
of there.
right. Because her and I have talked about these things,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, hell yeah, like it's necessary though. Because
Right.
for me, like I was staggering like on the fence a little bit. I was getting myself nice and in alignment and all happy and sprinkly and sparkly and shit and all of
Mm-hmm.
that, but I still had doubts about myself. I
Mm-hmm.
still question my ability in some ways. I
Right.
still question a lot of things about me. You know, I was
Right.
always feeling like I wasn't doing enough and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
good enough and
And
enough
settling
was
for
never
less than
enough.
what you
Right,
deserve.
right. So
Not having the
because
bar, not raising the
not
bar, not.
raising the bar for my
It's like,
not
okay, we're
believing in
queens,
myself
we're this.
enough,
Right,
right.
right, right.
And when I attracted him, he came in like, yeah, at all of you W at first though, but when he flipped the script on my ass, it was I wasn't good enough. I wasn't well doing good enough. I'm not eating good enough. I'm not breathing good enough, bitch. Why is you standing there scratching? Like what? Cause I got an itch.
Right.
You
And you
know?
know another thing? This shit gets so deep.
Yeah,
It be stuff that you didn't even know that was even there lingering
yeah.
in the inside. Cause they,
It trigger
they
you.
really, they, like I said, they seek out empaths subconsciously. So they really they be attached to your subconscious mind
Right,
spiritually, right? Because everything that's in your subconscious, it will play out. It manifests through them.
right.
So my previous relationship, he would bring up like, now mind you, growing up, y'all know I was born in '93. So growing up, it was you black, dark skin wasn't in, right? It wasn't
Hmm.
a black beautiful queen. I didn't grow up hearing all that.
Right,
So for me, like my grandmother, and I just grew up hearing, like, oh, you black, you this and you that. Now, consciously, I didn't never feel like I never hated my skin complexion or I never hated being dark, but that was something that would linger in my subconscious because if I got my own grandma talking about my skin and my
yeah,
lips, like that shit is in my subconscious. So when we first started, like in the beginning, he would pick on my skin. Like he would say, like kind of jokingly, but it was like obsessive. It was like he was just trying to like, oh, country black. He was calling me like country black and shit like that. Then I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, listen, I had to tell him straight up, like, listen, don't project your insecurities onto me. Like, I love
right.
myself. I love who I am. You might not love who you are, but I nipped it in the bud. And then he was like, oh, my parents, they be joking like that. It was. Then he kind of flipped it like, this is what I'm used to, and I get that.
Yeah,
But
I can
although he
empathize with
might
that
not
too, but
although he might not have been aware of what was happening, I'm over here like, oh, he's showing me where some wounds that I had, because when I think about my grandma and shit like that, like those are thoughts that will come up. How you talk about my skin, like, so I'm like,
mhm.
oh, okay, that's stuff I need to heal, I need to move past. Like that's how it go. Like he's not thinking like, oh, you feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So I'm like, dang, those were deep in my subconscious. Those were things that I
You attracted.
those were things that I felt when I was a young
Yeah,
girl. Young girl. I,
unresolved.
it was
It
unresolved.
was
It was
unresolved. I can
it
say
was
that.
unresolved. So he
Uh
come
huh.
in like they come in like the cleanup woman. Like they here to level you
Yeah,
up. Like, bitch, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Like, okay, what's
yeah,
unresolved? Where you need healing at?
yeah.
You insecure about what? Oh, you don't know your worth? Let me drag you a little bit. Then you'll know your worth.
Right, right.
Oh, I don't have to
For for some,
you
because
want to
it's
be
some people still trapped in that type of cycle. You know.
a lot of people.
Yeah. So we won't
Jordan
say that
probably
for
Jordan the world
everybody.
stuck there.
Yeah,
It's a lot of grown women, old women. A lot of people don't make it out. Because you
yeah.
know what? A lot of people don't want to grow.
Right,
Like me and you, and I'm sure y'all on here, people can relate. That's our life.
right.
We all about growth. We be
Consistent
ready to level
growth.
up. We be ready to move up to the next level. A lot of people don't like to grow. Most people they want to stay the same. They know what they need to do, but they want to stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to feel it. That's why people talk
No,
about
they want the damn reward.
that's why a lot of
It's
people
like
talk about the chosen one.
talk it out.
Everybody's chosen, but
Yeah,
few people make the
you
choice to
all over my
actually
whole conversation with other people today.
really. That's
No,
just being
seriously.
alignment. We're alignment.
Yeah,
We're alignment.
yeah.
But
That's
everybody is
so crazy.
chosen, but
Mm-hmm.
only few people make the choice to change their perspective and grow and evolve and ascend. And us, that's what we always ready to level up. Like we not, honey. Like I said,
got that right,
okay.
because I ain't stay in that cycle long. I was there a good 3 months.
And we be
About
ready like,
90
okay,
days,
boom,
baby. I was
okay.
out.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm a matter of fact, I'm gonna be transparent. My last relationship, I caught my boyfriend in the bed with somebody else, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I was pissed off in the moment. Like I exploded. I was mad. I was this.
What you talking about? Him cheating?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Caught him in the bed with somebody else, right? So,
Yep.
I was mad, but and I ain't gonna lie, a little. I got a little toxic person in me that like to fight a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. It's a little bit of toxic. So I did. I was mad. I exploded. I fought him, whatever. And then
I
I was
feel like
happy.
everything
In
that
that same
happened was
night,
meant
I
to
ain't gonna lie.
happen.
I'm
It
gonna
was
be
meant to
honest.
happen.
In that
Okay.
same night, y'all, I was happy. I was smiling. I was sad, but then I was like, because I knew it was over. I knew it was going to get better. I was like,
Yep.
I'm over this shit. I'm
Yep.
finally ready to be done.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like no heartbreak or nothing like that because I
Yeah.
had already grieved
Because
that
you had
loss. I had
done.
already
Yeah.
came to the awareness that, oh, this is what he is
Yeah.
showing me. This is what he's teaching me.
Yeah.
So when I tried to go back and like, okay, when I tried to go back and that happened, I was like, I wasn't even supposed to go back. I was supposed to, it's like get out of your comfort zone and
Mm-hmm.
evolve. So a part of me was excited because I'm like, okay, like this is it. This is the final. It has to get better. It's going to get better.
That shit was so crazy because when you told me about it, I was not expecting you to say what you was about to say because you literally was like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
you was like, yeah, and so this and that, and I was like,
Like,
wait a
yeah,
minute,
child, I
say
went
what?
down there, child, looked in the
Yeah.
window, we were in the bed, child.
But you was just all
Oh,
like,
let me add
you
on. Let me
wasn't
add on because
down about it. You wasn't down
right, right,
about it at
right,
all.
right. And
Yeah,
let
that's
me
what I'm
not
saying.
forget the most important part, right? Because I wasn't down about it because one, I knew that it was already it was I wasn't even supposed to go back. Well, I was
Right.
supposed to go back because I didn't get it yet.
Yeah.
I still didn't level up to I wasn't standing in my power. Like I wasn't where I'm at now.
Yeah.
The bar still wasn't raised. It's like I seen the bar, but I didn't raise the bar yet.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to go back because I wasn't finished. But another thing, um, I didn't explode because, like I said, this person showed me my shadow. So I done been there before. I done
Right.
been him, and I had done been the other girl. I had done been there. So no judgment because I moved out of that toxic
Yeah.
energy. I moved out of lust. I've I've been there before. I lacked what I said, lacked boundaries, lacked self respect, basically. Um, and I moved like that before. I had
Yeah.
cheated before, did some old grimy crazy shit, been there, done
Me
that. So
too. Yep.
when it happened, I was like, damn, okay, karma,
Yep.
karma came
Yep.
back.
Like,
Like,
damn, I
damn,
deserve that.
okay, I got it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave.
Everybody don't take
I'm
their
gonna
stuff
leave
like that
because
though. But that is one thing. Yeah.
I was like, just leave, just walk away. Because
Mm,
that's why I said it was a little piece of me that was toxic. Because I
mm.
did explode when I really could have just went on and just, but a little
I
piece of
don't
me
give a
was like,
damn what you say.
hell no, slap
I
it.
don't give a damn what you saying. Okay? I don't care what you said because you can be as healthy as you want to be. If you that shit was to happen to you right now, you go do the same
Yeah,
thing
you're
because
gonna
that's I
explode. Yeah,
would
so I ain't
too.
gonna. So I did
First
explode.
of all, I'm not about to sit here and act like a little bit of darkness is bad.
It's not.
It's
It's not
not.
that, bro. I'm
Like
balanced. That's why I can say
that relationship made me
right,
really embrace my shadow
right,
because I was trying to
right.
be so perfect all the time and so
Not me.
everything to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying
Mhm.
to be a people pleaser. Like I want people to look at me loving and look at me positive and I was caring too much any damn way. Like that whole situation broke me to say, bitch, I don't give about nothing. Okay. Like you gonna take me like
Right,
this
right.
or
And
you ain't gonna
and
get
that's
nothing at
exactly why
all,
I
you
made the
know?
decision that I did. I was like, hell no, I gotta
Yeah,
resign.
like bro,
I
I'm
had to
not about to let you
I had
slide
to
on
lose
catching
my
you in the bed with
mind.
nobody. I'm gonna bop that ass up
I had
just
to
like
lose
you
my
do
mind I had to do it to gain clarity. It
to
brought me back
get
to
me
ground.
clarity, right?
It brought me back to
So,
ground.
nah,
But yeah,
bro,
I went
no.
home and I was like, I was upset. But then once I calmed down, I was happy. Like, damn, I'm excited because it gets better. Like, damn, life about to get
Yeah.
better. Like, it's time to level up. Um, and even when I think about like when you think about where you be in life and your desires and what you really want, you usually get it. It's gonna
Yeah.
come. You know, it comes to you. I know for me, I know I get what I want, so I'm in
Mm-hmm.
alignment with it. You know, so when it comes to like partnerships or I'm just excited. I'm just happy at where I'm at mentally, my perspective, the growth, and the relationships because now I won't settle for those type of relationships. Like
Right.
I know that I'm past that karma. You don't have to stay. You don't have to continue to be in karmic energy,
I'm just
but you're gonna
let
have
you
to
know
go.
right now, I ain't staying in nothing I don't
You're
want
gonna
to.
have to go. You got to go through it
Yeah.
though, because everybody got karmic energy they got to work out.
Yeah.
But I felt like I felt powerful because I'm like I finally faced all of my shit. I
Mm-hmm.
take all of my shit. I owned all of my shit, and I evolved and I grew. I'm not in a. And another thing is I'm not a victim to none of my
Period.
shit. Like I
Nah.
don't sit here and blame. Oh, he took me through this, or they took me through this, or my mom did this, my dad did this. Like I'm not a victim to
Mm-hmm.
nothing. I appreciate every relationship. I appreciate every experience, regardless. I know a lot of stuff made me who I am, my character, my independence, and yeah, that's why I be excited because I'm like, ooh, this version of me, honey, it gets better.
Right.
Honey, husband, if you out there watching, I can't wait.
He
Honey,
coming
we grown
too.
now. We're adults.
Okay.
We
He
got
coming too.
emotional control and intelligence. Like I'm as
Mm-hmm.
grounded as a tree.
Okay.
Honey.
Yeah.
Yes. Thankful. Thankful.
Dang. Remind me to tell you about my dream later. Before I forget.
Don't even mind because I got some crazy dream last night, so I don't
Me
even.
too. So I was having some dreams last night. I gotta tell you about it, but you just hit the nail on the head though. Like with the whole wrap up. It was all of that. I could never blame nobody else. I'm not going to anyway because my ego
I
too
wouldn't.
big. I know we're not supposed to move in ego, but I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Not
as
fully. Not
fully
fully.
right, but as an Aries, I feel like naturally I already have an ego. You know what I'm
Right. We all
saying?
do. Right. Right.
Yeah,
We
but
all
man,
do.
my ego be like, oh, you think you want to fuck with me? You know
Right.
what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
show your
Like,
ass. Right.
yeah. So for my, cause honestly, the one of the last things he said to me was, I want to see how you take care of 4 children by yourself now instead of 3. And I was pregnant with Egypt, and I had promised myself that while I was pregnant with my daughter, that I was not gonna act out. Like I
Mm-hmm.
promised myself. So honestly, I was really able to maintain my cool through a lot of that stuff and just walk away, even though I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to put my hands on him. I had only threatened him like one time to put my hands on him, and that's because he was coming too close to me aggressively, you know.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
I got a little PTSD. I've been through some things, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
when he
Right.
started coming towards me aggressively, clapping his hand, I took a step back and I'm like, look, if you keep coming at me like that again, I'm gonna defend myself. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like don't,
Right. That's what
but
really
just
triggered me. That's what triggered me too. It was when
yeah,
he
being
came
in
running
stuff
out.
like that
It's the
want to
pulling
take
on
me
me.
out
Like,
of my I can't,
right.
because I don't work too hard to get to this point to where I'm not getting physically aggressive. Like, bro, I don't want to be fighting nobody. Okay.
Right. Right.
My
Right. Right.
first
Right. Right.
relationship was 11 and a half years, and I did enough fighting with that nigga alone for me to be fighting with
Right.
anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
over
Like,
that. I'm over that.
yeah,
I will say
I
I
had to,
am.
but I always was fighting though. I used to fight with my mama husband for hitting her, like fight with my baby daddy, like fight. I was always getting into physical fights as I was
Mm-hmm.
growing up. So as getting older and like coming out of all that trauma and stuff, it's like, bro, no, I don't want to be in nothing that's gonna push me to the point of making me want to get so angry that I'm getting physical like that with somebody because it don't feel good
Right.
to me. And
You
I
know.
definitely wasn't doing that shit pregnant with my daughter. Like
Right.
I had my mind made up. Like and that's crazy because she bad as hell still anyway, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
all she do is fight. And all I did was try to not fight. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
that might be our next topic, talking about healthy femininity
yeah,
and healthy, maybe the difference in feminine and masculine energy,
yeah,
healthy, toxic,
yeah,
or the importance of being emotionally balance, just
yeah,
having that emotional control, and knowing
yeah,
how to not let everything
yeah.
get to you, and learn how to detach from situations and people and outcomes and unrealistic expectations.
Mhm.
Like, that's the shit that we need to talk about,
Absolutely.
because that is very important.
Because that, I
Very
mean,
important.
honestly, it is because but I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to say people need to avoid being in bad relationships.
No, we need bad
I don't
relationships.
think so. Like,
That's
I
why I said
think that if
we
you
need.
were
You
in a
have to go.
bad
You want. There's no
relationship,
way around
it's
it. If
not.
you on planet
If
Earth,
you,
you got
yeah,
karma to fill out. You got healing to do. You
right,
got work to do. You got
right.
assignment.
So
You're
if,
here. You have an assignment to fulfill, and we
absolutely,
learn through relationships. We grow through
ain't
relationships.
no
So
mistakes.
it's no
Ain't
mistake.
no mistakes, bruh. Hell no.
And
Like,
this
even
live
though
was
I,
not. This live was not to just talk about our exes and bash them.
no,
We ain't
hell
even doing
no.
that. We appreciate
I
them.
think we made that
We,
clear though.
yeah, we love the experience. We
Yeah,
love this shit. We built for this. We're
absolutely.
warriors.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely. I wouldn't change nothing because like I said, at the end of the day, like I came out that situation knowing who I was,
Hmm.
knowing what I wanted, not caring about what nobody thought anymore, like not having unrealistic expectations on anything and anybody. Like after that, I didn't care about nothing but enjoying my life
Right,
moving
right,
forward and getting
right,
myself to the point of whatever I needed to do for my happiness,
right,
leaving that
right.
business, leaving that town,
Mm-hmm.
leaving that situation, like uprooting
Mm-hmm.
myself and putting myself somewhere where I can be
Somewhere else.
happy and in peace, like
Right.
creating a more happy environment and space for myself. So, hell no, I do not take it back because I used to be the type of person where you remember in the Bible where they used to be like, when they was in the boat, I don't want to mess the names up. I don't want to mess names up, but
You know,
I remember them being in the boat, and the story, like Jesus was telling the dude to step out and walk on water, but he was
mhm,
afraid that he couldn't walk on water. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Because he looking at him like, bro, you Jesus, I can't do that. If I walk out there, I'm gonna drown.
Right,
But then
right.
what happened was he hesitated so much to the point where they pushed him off the boat, and
Mm,
he started walking on water.
mm.
He didn't believe it. And so I kind of relate with that story, like that metaphor. It's
Right,
like a metaphor for me because I feel like in the past, I used to be afraid to just jump out on faith.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? To just do what my heart was pulling me to do,
That's
you
another
know?
thing it does too.
So
That's
I
another
feel
thing.
like in the past I ended up in a lot of situations that forced me to do what I needed to do. And that's why I can't sit
Me
here
too.
and be like, "Oh, I hate that I had that experience," or "Hey, no, I don't." Like I'm a full blown counselor at this point now,
Right, right.
and
And
it's
that's another thing. Like, you gotta appreciate your journey
yeah,
and your trials and tribulations, because usually you're going to use that wisdom, that information, to share with somebody else, teach
right,
somebody else, heal somebody else.
hmm,
It's not just for nothing. We don't go through things just for nothing. Like,
right,
all of the shit I done been through and overcame.
right,
Like I said, look where we at now. Like,
right, exactly,
talking to people
exactly.
on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
so I
We're
don't
going
take it
through
back.
their darkness.
Yeah, but people also do need to be aware of what they're dealing with at the same time,
Right,
because when you know what you're dealing with, you know how to move.
right.
Like it
And
is
then
what it
when
is.
you know who you
Even if you're
are,
not ready to
you know how
leave
to
a
move.
toxic situation right now, as long as you just get to that place of awareness when you know what you're dealing with, then you can build yourself up the strength with time to help you be able to remove yourself from that toxic situation. Like it don't have to happen overnight for everybody. I feel
Right,
like
right,
some people have to endure some before they can actually move out of something. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But
right,
yeah, no, but just some people need to endure. Some people have to let the story play out, but be aware of what you're dealing with. That's it.
right.
You can. accept them and love them for who they are and still tolerate their behavior for a little while till you can't take it no more. But at the end of the day, you
Mm-hmm.
take accountability. You say, I know what this is. It doesn't have power over me, and I can release myself from it at any given time if I choose to.
That's
That's
right.
it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
That's
what I'm
right.
dealing with. I know what I'm dealing with,
And if
right?
you're
But
stuck,
that's the growth that you
if you're
get
stuck,
to.
coach,
That's why
yeah.
it's okay if you are still in that type of situation right now.
Right.
At this
It's
moment,
the self
like
awareness. Like you
it's
said,
just
the
the
self awareness.
awareness,
Be aware
it's
of self.
be aware
And,
and
and,
be
and that's why
and
it's so important to have this type of this perspective. Like,
yeah.
learn how to detach and get out of that victim mentality. How did
Hmm.
I attract this person? What is this person mirroring back to me? Where do I
Hmm.
need to heal? Because they telling you, they pushing you to go inward. You need to go inward. Where am I lacking it? Where's my boundaries lacking? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you gain that perspective, I feel like once we got there, it became easier.
Right.
Once we learned, oh, oh, my subconscious, oh, okay, like we're creating this. Like, oh, our mind is manifesting these people in these situations and these experiences. Like, when I grasped that right there,
Hmm.
things became way more easier for me.
Right.
Way more
And
easier.
then on top of that, let me add to what you just said. Recognizing you helps you, like knowing you and accepting you wholly, like for who you are, helps
Mm-hmm.
you to see them for who they are and accept it and then move accordingly. You know what
And
I'm
that's
saying?
important too. Accept people for who they
Who
are
they
and where
are.
they are on their
Absolutely.
journey.
Don't try to make them to be
Let people
somebody
be
else in
where
your
they at.
mind. Right.
Exactly. Don't try to raise that woman. Don't try to raise that man and get them to figure it out and get them to grow for you. No, you got to focus on your personal growth and development.
Right.
That's why they say sometimes people come in your life for a season. Go through your
We know
experience with
that.
them. Go through that
Relationships,
season.
friendships,
Friendship,
family.
friendships. They come doing
Boy,
that. They crazy too.
Boy,
Everybody.
I done set crazy boundaries, bro. I used to be that one person that everybody in the family could go to,
Oh
could
yeah.
whatever. Could it. Child, I don't
Mm-hmm.
hardly mess with none of them people no
We
more.
both
Like,
people
love them
pleasers.
to
We are
death.
recovering people pleasers.
Recovering people pleasers, absolutely, and
People
love them
pleaser
with all of my
syndrome.
soul. But baby, I
What?
can't love you to the point to where you
Is
draining me
exactly.
no more. Okay,
Exactly. It's
so
draining.
it's draining. It's draining. And I have in my family, the reason why I used to think that I was a narcissist was because I have experienced narcissists in my family. And I ain't talking about people with narcissistic behavior. I have one person in particular in my family I have been watching their behavior. They're so close in my circle that I've
Mm-hmm.
been watching them since as far back as I can remember. They were an adult, like an adult in my family. So
Mm-hmm.
as far back as my memory go, this person has always been like this. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
38 now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So you
You're
know
right.
they bout up there, you know.
Right. And
You
that's
know
just
what I'm
where
saying?
they
And
at.
I have never seen their behavior change.
Mm-hmm.
They changed from doing drugs. They changed from uh careers or places that they live, but they
Mm-hmm.
never changed the way they move and how their behavior was.
Emotionally,
He's
they
been a
still haven't.
narcissist
They
his
haven't
entire
grown
life, right?
emotionally.
He don't have narcissistic behavior. He's a narcissist. Everything is about him. He don't care about nobody else, how they feel, what they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Or run up in my business because was not able to do something that they wanted me to do.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
I
saying?
remember
At the
that. Yeah.
time, because I didn't have the time. But because they are a narcissist and they feel so entitled that everything is about them,
Right. It's like they.
then you know
I
what I'm
told you they lack
saying?
that
So it's
empathy.
and they have always been like that. They was like that when they was on drugs. They was like that when they switched careers. They was like that when they moved 10 states from each other. That shit's still the same. And they've been through like they've always been like that. So at the end of the day, it's like, nah, I really have to accept this person for who he is. I love him so much. He is my blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I have always held my family like real dear. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
I love you so much, but I love me more now. I can never,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Been
ever,
there.
ever love nobody else more than I love myself anymore. I can't do it. And I love my kids to
No
the death of me.
compromising.
but I can't even love my
No
kids more than I love me.
compromising.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like when I ain't
Right.
taking care of myself
Because
first,
if you
I
don't
am not that
love
great at
you,
mothering.
honey, nobody, how you can't, you ain't gonna be no good for nobody.
No, I can't. I have to take time for myself. I have, girl, when I ain't taking care of myself, child be screaming at these kids nonstop and they don't deserve that. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like
Exactly. Same
they
thing. Same
deserve for
thing.
me to make myself a priority and take care of myself first
Right.
and make sure I'm
Right.
healthy and I'm
So you
good
can
so I can
show
be
up.
good for them. You
Right.
know, not be all over the place and taking out my frustrations out on them. Like it just it's that's not healthy. That's not a healthy
Mm-hmm.
dynamic. So yeah, once I came to that awareness that I will never love nobody else more than I love my own self, family, or whoever, and I can sit them in wherever places I needed to place their ass, then that was
On the
smooth
shelf.
sailing after that.
On the
It's
shelf you
like, oh,
go.
I see you, I accept you, I love you too, but I'm gonna sit you right here and turn
I'm
around
gonna
and go the
sit
other
you
way, boo.
right here.
Okay?
Oh, you don't respect me, you don't value me. I'm gonna sit you
Yeah,
right here. That's
yeah,
okay. Where you at?
right.
That's me.
Several people in my family. It ain't just been past relationships, okay?
Okay.
Family, friends, like, nah, because at the end of the day, maybe I am not what's best for you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
And that's okay.
if I am available for you to do this, I am not what's best for you.
Okay.
I'm not what's best for you. I shouldn't even be holding an emotional space for you to think that you could compromise my sanity like that. Cause I be going crazy, child. That person had me acting like a maniac in public.
Okay. Been there before.
My clients over there like, we ain't never seen you act like that before. It was like, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl.
and then, and you know, at the end, I will say this too. It be so much happening underneath the surface.
So much.
Feminine energy usually, like when you working, because when you coming into balance, especially as a woman,
Right.
woman or man, but when you really working on healing your feminine energy and masculine, just balance and coming into wholeness and really healing, it be a lot going on underneath the
Right.
surface. So when you got somebody outside of you doing all this shit and you already you're literally rewiring your mind. You're really, it be a lot. It is a lot.
It is.
It is a lot.
You definitely rewiring your
You're
mind.
rewiring
You
your
have
mind.
to
Like your
though.
neurons was like, oh, we not gonna
Yeah.
respond this way. Like you twitching this shit because you want to jump. You breathing hard.
Yeah.
You telling your mind like, nah, we're not responding that way no
Yeah.
more. We have emotional control now. We're not like that. It is a lot. So it's work.
It's work because I think what people don't realize is, and this is why people shouldn't be too hard on themselves, is this is not only like a heart thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a nervous
For sure.
system thing. This is a
This is a
cellular
nerve.
thing. This is a
This is a
psychological thing.
generational thing,
It's a
baby.
generational thing. It's an
Mm-hmm.
energetic thing that gets passed down because energy doesn't die. And I
Okay.
see cycles in families repeat themselves over and
Let's
over all
talk
the
about.
time, including in mine. So the things I have experienced actually ain't nearly as bad as what my mama experienced, even though my shit was terrible.
Right.
Hers was even worse.
Right.
You
And
know what I'm
that's another thing.
saying?
That's another thing. I don't really know. I mean, I know a little bit more, but I don't really know my parents' trauma and stuff that they went through. I know a little smidgen, but not
Yeah.
really anything. But when you say that, it made me think about the study with the rats.
Yeah.
How they had, if I'm remember this right, if y'all know, y'all know, but I'm gonna tell what I think it was. But they had these rats and or these mice, whatever, in the lab who had never been outside of the lab. They had them there and they put a little piece of cat hair. I think it was like a little piece of cat hair in there just to see their response and how they reacted. So when they put the cat hair in there, they started panicking. They started tripping, going crazy. But they had never seen a cat day in their life. They never been around a cat.
Hmm.
That's showing you that it's in your
It's
cell. It, like
in your
stuff be already embedded. The way you respond to certain things, your mother probably went through the same trauma. Your
in
mother
your
probably
cellular DNA.
cellular DNA.
Yeah,
That shit is embedded in you.
it's
So now
embedded
you
in you.
gotta experience something that triggers those same emotions, and it's your job to go in and create different pathways. Tell your neurons, no, we're going to respond this way. We're going to think this way. You got to come up with a high perspective. That's evolution. That's growth.
It's how you
That shit
heal.
is
It's how you heal it from not just you, but passing it down to your lineage.
right, right. It's about you changing your lineage.
It is
Right.
how, yeah. Like that is what the healing is about. Because
Right.
if you don't if you don't re-navigate where the energy is going, it's just going to keep trickling down
It's gonna
from the
keep
head.
trickling on you.
Right. The energy does not die. It just moves and
Right.
shifts. But you
Right.
can change frequencies. This is the truth. You can change the frequency of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, example, like dealing with these relationships or whatever.
Right.
My grandma married a narcissist.
Mhm.
That narcissist raped her daughter,
Mhm.
okay, which was my mother,
Mhm.
right? But my mother never resolved her issues from dealing with that. Then turned around and I come along later. Here go my grandma with a whole different husband, and he sexually
Same
abuses
energy. Same
me.
different. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But the difference in it is, and why I feel more safe and secure with my daughter is I have been able to really process that
And seeing it from a whole
and
different
see
perspective. You
it from a different
detach.
perspective,
Right.
not hold anger, not hold bitterness, not be upset because it happened to me, but more like, you know what? I accept this person for who they are. It's some real sick individuals in this world.
It's some
It's
real
some
sick mother.
real sick individuals in this world. And it didn't happen to me because I'm some kind of victim. It
Right.
happened to me because he was a sick individual. It had
Right.
nothing to do with me.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. And you came
with
and you
knowing
came
that
and
and
you was
feeling
brought
that, I
here
can
to
release it.
heal you, and you came here to heal that.
I,
Right.
I brought
To
it
free
to
y'all.
take it and to flip it around. So that way I'm not still living in that
You okay?
fear and carrying it in my life with my daughter. Who that? Truth.
True.
I know.
He'll never get up.
I just felt that it was truth.
You okay?
Okay. Baby. Hey, King
Who
Truth.
said, "Where's my motherhood? Where's my
Auntie Pam.
swoop now?"
Yeah. I love truth. But yeah, I could reroute how, and that's why I like the experience that I had with my narcissist.
Mhm.
Cause then I turned around and got one too. My mama had one too.
We be
That was
sounding
the
like
one I was
aliens.
fighting all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my mom just wore a lot of burdens, man. Like she went through a lot of things that were so traumatic, and she was never taught how to process these emotions and not take it personal.
I learned that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
nobody
Yeah.
was ever able to teach her that prior.
Right.
These are things that she's just been able to start to work through.
And
You know what I'm saying?
a lot of them really don't have the capacity. A lot of them really don't understand. Like a lot of them like that. They don't know
Yeah.
how to process emotions. A lot of us lack it. We don't
Yeah.
really understand. We don't even know how to process our emotions. We don't know how to deal with them. We just so used to push them in the back of our head. Or because I asked
Try
my
to pretend
mother
like
recently.
it never
Yeah,
happened.
I asked my
Right.
mom recently. I was going through something and I was really unpacking everything because I'm a type of person. I'm intellect, so everything be up here. But I still have to tell myself like I have to cry it out. I got to feel the emotions. I still got to process. I still got to release. I don't want to hold things
Right.
energetically. So I was just going through a time and I was just reflecting, and it was it was that time for me to just release. And I was talking to my mom, and she was like, you got work to do tonight. You need to do your test. And then I was like, Mom, I'm crying talking to
Mm-hmm.
her. And I'm not, she's not a bad person like that. But
Right. We know
I asked
she
her,
not.
yeah. So I asked her, and I'm like, well, what would you do? Like, if this was you, like, how do you deal with your emotions? Like when you going through emotional stuff, what you do? And I had never asked my mom nothing like this, to be
Right.
honest. We didn't have that type of relationship when it came to like emotional support and stuff like that.
Right.
So, all right. So I asked her, like, what do you do when you feel emotional and stuff like that? Because I always seen her being so strong. And she was like, I guess I'm different. And she was like, I just push it in the back of my head. And I think about something
Mm-hmm.
else. Then it clicked in my head. I'm like, dang, that's crazy because she don't know how to process her
Right.
emotions. So she's telling me, oh, what I do is, look at True Show. So what I do is, so she's telling me, like, that's what I do. I
Yeah.
think about something else, like pushing it back in my head. So I'm like, Dad, think about how think about how much suppress, how many things you done suppressed and suppressed and suppressed and suppressed. That shit show up in your body.
Right.
That sickness and disease, and you break it down, and this hurt and that's hurt and that. That's why, as women, it's very important. I mean, everybody, if you're a human, it's important. But I definitely want to say women because that's why we have cycles every month. Like our body is designed to release emotional
Yeah.
distress. That's why you got to cycle. If you done went through a lot and you done cycled through a lot within that month emotionally, and you done had, think about when you have a really rough cycle. Reflect on your month.
Yeah.
Reflect on your cycle. What
Hmm.
you been, what have you gone through? Your
Yeah.
body is naturally allowing you to release
Yeah.
those thoughts, those memories, giving you an opportunity to
Yeah.
release it and let it go.
Cellular
It's up to
reset.
you if you're gonna actually let it go or not.
Yeah.
Because you'll go through your next cycle and still trying to, and you still holding on. Think about it. Your blood cells, you're bleeding. Your cells hold more memory than your brain. Your cycle come
Absolutely.
out. When your cycle comes, be intentional. When you're on your period, say, you know what, everything that I've been through this month, I'm releasing. I'm letting it go. I'm surrendering. That's how you got to train your mind. But yeah, suppressing your emotions and what you go through is not good. It's really not. And I was that way for a long time because I didn't really have emotional support growing up. I had to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Like that's how I was. So
Yeah.
um,
And that's a lot of us though.
right. That's what I'm saying. That's
We just
most of
let
us.
honestly, we really just in the past few years got into an era where people really ever cared about any kind of emotional
About it
anything.
because we just
Yeah, we
shifted
just
to a
shifted.
different energy, a different
Yeah.
era. Now we're in the age of Aquarius, so now we're in the age
Cause
of
I wasn't
healing.
raised like that either. Like
No, that's
I
why I say our parents weren't either. Like none of it. Like you got to think
yeah.
about where they come from, where we
My
come
mom
from.
still didn't, boy. She talked to us ruthless, and I still like a lot of people, a lot of situations.
See,
Peace, Tony. Hey,
peace, Tony.
baby.
If y'all enjoying this content, drop some hearts,
Yeah,
show us some love. Let us know
right.
that y'all there.
Yeah, please.
Drop
But
some
I mean,
hearts.
wasn't
Big
raised in
love.
that. It wasn't about like I just got like that being a girl mom.
Right.
That's crazy.
Hmm.
Egypt will be 3 this year, and I just turned 38. But I just really balanced and connected with my emotions around 35 years old. It
Yeah.
took a long time. Like I was absent
It just hit me at 30.
emotionally. Right. I had been
30.
checked out. Like I'd be
I'm
like, oh,
31.
people so sensitive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, what is wrong with them? Like,
Right.
but I was raised by some gangsters.
Right.
And
Right.
my parents were very loving parents, but they lived hard. You
Child,
know
true.
what I'm saying? And we seen a lot of stuff, and so being out in the real world and seeing people function and operate in the way they move and do things, I would be sitting there like, bro, what is wrong with them? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You crying about that ain't nothing.
Exactly.
Like,
What you
or
crying
even
about?
my
What you crying about?
situation with my baby daddy dying and me
Hmm.
being with the two kids and then raising to get the third and to get the fourth, and
Hmm.
I'm looking at parents with one kid, two kids falling to pieces. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there like
I was that one parent
heartless
falling
at
pieces at one
first,
point.
like, oh, what's your problem? But I lacked empathy because I wasn't sensitive enough about my
Right.
own situation. I
We was
used to
out of
push
touch
my
with our
own
own
pain to the
emotions.
back. Right, right.
Right. Right.
Very, very much so, like just couldn't understand,
Right.
like, bro, I do this, I do this, I do this, but girl, something's wrong with you. Somebody should have said that to me.
Exactly.
Like,
Baby, you over here
why
trying to be
you why
got
are you
we macho
carrying
man. We
all
be
this
showing up as
weight?
macho man. We don't even know how to rest in our
Yep.
femininity. That's why I've been saying, rest in your femininity. Allow
Right.
yourself to because it's so foreign to us.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. It's like you don't wanna cry. That's we. You gotta or you don't wanna be still. You don't wanna sit down and
Right.
just allow the divine to work for you.
Heck
You feel
no.
like
I'm
you gotta keep
always looking
working.
for a
You
solution.
gotta
Like,
keep
nah, I gotta
moving.
do
You
this.
gotta
I
be the
got to
man with
do
the
that.
plan. And then
Uh-huh.
you get up and then you turn around and say, "Oh, I want somebody to do this, and I want a man that's gonna do this." How you gonna track that if
It
you
didn't even
operate if you showing up
work
as
like
that
that for
man?
me. I
You
Yeah, it didn't work like that for me. To be honest, I didn't even know my man was gonna be the man for me
know?
at first. I just didn't trust nobody no more. Like
Yeah.
shit. was
But
zen.
when you attracted him, you had done
Yeah.
shift like
When
your
I
mind shift.
attracted him,
You was
I
allowing yourself
actually did
to
what had
chill and
gotten back in a good place with myself.
right, right.
I was taking I was doing stuff again. I was back taking myself on dates, hanging out with my friends, hanging out with my podcast bros, like I was doing things. I was going out to
Hmm.
eat alone, like having dates with my homegirls, doing women's events. So I had gotten very happy with
Within yourself.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Mother Maria, I wish you could have hollered that out. She said we tend to carry the weight of some of our ancestors. We just have to do the work.
That's
Absolutely.
Miss Maria from the event.
Yes, girl. That's
Yes, Miss
mother.
Maria, that's right. That's
Yeah.
why I said it's embedded in our cellular.
It's
It's in your
embedded in our
anatomy.
cellular
It's part of
anatomy.
who
It
you
is.
are. It's part of your genetic
Yeah.
makeup. And you're
Yeah.
here on this planet because it's part of your assignment to change the perspective, change
Yeah.
the narrative, pave
Yeah.
a new path,
And we're
create a
in
whole
an
brand
era
new
where we can do
reality.
that, right?
Right.
We're in an era where things are not as really hard as they used to be,
We're in the age of Aquarius. It's
Yeah.
the age of the knowing.
Yeah.
This is the age of the truth,
Yeah.
the
Not
age
saying
of
things are
healing.
not hard. Let me throw that out there. I know there are
Right.
some things that are hard, but we don't have to make the same kind of sacrifices and really work as hard to get ahead. And if
Hmm.
we are, then most likely you still are struggling mentally. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Because with the way the opportunities and the things are set up nowadays, we have access to a lot of resources to be able to get things done more efficiently versus in the past where we didn't have as
Right.
many resources as we have now.
Is right. That's right. Knowledge is at your fingertips at this point. That's why I said
Yeah.
age of Aquarius, the
Knowledge
age
is
of the
at your
internet.
fingertips at this point. So whatever you
Healing
want to do,
is everywhere.
you
You
it's
you you
there,
got
right?
Medicaid, you can get you a therapist. You can get it's
Period.
everywhere.
Period.
It's everywhere.
If you can't afford to get a therapist, follow a good one on TikTok that
Hmm.
resonate with you
They
because they
free.
got them
They giving out
for
therapy on
free. Right.
TikTok,
You
YouTube,
can right.
everywhere.
Follow Building with Queen on YouTube.
Follow Building with Queen on
Okay.
YouTube. They go
Follow
therapy
Building
right
with
there.
Queen on
Show up.
YouTube. Like cause it's I'm always gonna take it back to self. It's
Exactly.
always about self-development. I can't
Exactly.
give nobody else power over me like that.
Exactly.
And that's where a part of my ego steps in. Because you can't have my power, baby. Like, who you think you are? I know who I am. You can't come up in
Exactly.
here taking what's mine. Unless you reciprocate it back up into me, you can't have none. You
Right.
know? And that's just what it is. So when it comes to like helping people reach different break cycles and reach higher levels and goals and achievements, whether they're emotional achievements or emotional goals, it's always going to be back to self.
Always
When
back
it comes to
to
dealing with
yourself.
a narcissist, it's gonna be back to self. When it comes to dealing with your children, when it comes to dealing with your past trauma, everything is gonna lead right back to here. Because at the end of the day, until like you said earlier, you know yourself, you understand who you are, what you want, and you desire. You have to learn how to set healthy boundaries for yourself. Like people can't just
And
do
stop
anything to
settling.
you.
And stop settling
That's what
for
that
shit that
is
you know
like
you
because
don't
people will
deserve.
do things to you or jobs will treat you in a way and you'll sit there and act like you have to take this, like you in a relationship with somebody who's not giving you what you need emotionally at all, and you'll feel like you got to sit here and accept this for like whatever reason, whether it's the kids, whether it's the money, whether it's the whatever. But
So
every time you sit down on
out of
yourself,
lack.
every time you sit down on yourself and don't believe your capability, you are putting yourself in a box and keeping yourself from being able to go further
Pessimism.
than what you can see. You have to learn how to set healthy boundaries and say, "Oh, this person did this." And this is what it did to me. I done became collateral damage. Oh, okay. I see who you are. I appreciate you for that lesson. Peace. Bye. Like,
Period.
good luck to you. You know what I'm saying?
Pessimist. Pessimist. That's what came to my head when you
What?
said it.
Heaven. What you say?
No, when you said when you was talking, I thought about the card pessimism.
Oh
Putting
yeah,
yourself in the box every time you
putting
don't
yourself in a
you
box,
settle.
right? Right,
Right.
yeah. Like it's yeah. So you can't blame nobody else for any of this. If
Right.
you stay in a relationship after you see how somebody is, if you stay in a job that doesn't make you happy, if you stay in a friendship that's not balanced and not evenly reciprocated, like if you deal with things that you don't want to deal with in any type of stature, no matter what it is, if you deal with things you don't want to deal with, that don't feel good to you, that don't add value to you, it is your responsibility to do something about it. Stop sitting here trying to change these people.
And
Stop
stop sitting there talking about these
sitting here
damn
trying to
people.
make these people at
Stop
this
talking
job
about them.
respect you. Go get
Stop
another one.
complaining. Stop
Right.
complaining how they get on your nerves.
Bye. You know,
And make a
like
change.
bye.
But you know,
You don't have to be here.
a lot of times people are fearful. A lot of people really don't have faith. That's nothing. You got to have faith on this journey.
But you
You
all and you
lack
gotta
faith,
have faith in yourself. That is a part
and
of
that's what I'm
knowing
saying.
yourself.
Faith.
Right.
If you lack faith, it's gonna be real tough for
Don't
you
be
out here in
sleeping
these streets.
on yourself.
It's gonna be tough for you out here in these spiritual streets, honey. If you lack faith, you gotta have faith in yourself, in your Creator, in God.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because anytime that you go against, like Bruce, anytime you go against yourself and it don't feel good to you, you are going against your soul. You're not in alignment.
That's right.
You're not in your purpose.
That's right.
When you in your purpose,
It
when
feel
you in your
good.
assignment, it feels good.
Yep.
You feel fueled up.
Mm-hmm.
You feel hyped up. It feels good to
Mm-hmm.
you. When you go somewhere and it's draining, you tired, you dragging to get there, it's because it's time for
It
change. But
is.
fear. It'd be
Yep.
fear or it'd be, scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
People lack. People think they ain't gonna be able to find another job, or they come up with excuses on why they can't leave this
Yeah.
person or why they can't stop talking, whatever.
Yeah.
Stop feeding yourself that
Yeah.
and take a leap of faith and put you first. Make a
Yeah.
decision to put you first, your
Mm-hmm.
needs first, your desires first, and watch how the
Yeah.
universe respond to
Right.
you. Watch how the universe respond to you. Anytime you make those decisions, that's where your blessings come in at.
I'm a witness. I
Honey,
just
let me
want to
tell you,
throw that out there.
my last job, honey, they try to breadcrumb me.
Yeah.
They try to cut my hours real low. They try to give them to one of their little friends that started working there, whatever. And they were just trying to breadcrumb me, and I was like, I can't stand for this. Like, no.
Right.
Mm-mm. These people
It
wouldn't
was
even.
up to
When
you
I
to
found
be
out,
like, yeah, I
when
don't
I
deserve
found
this.
out that they was paying me like bare minimum, and I was certified, and I, had overqualified, and they paid somebody else 27 an hour who never even had a job, no experience, wasn't certified. I was like, oh, hell no.
Right.
I was supposed to step in, but I stayed after I had my baby. I stayed, and then another opportunity came up for me to step, and I did. I made a decision like, oh, nah, I can't. I can't let these people treat me any kind of way. And no, I know what I deserve. No.
Yeah.
So I left, and I went somewhere else that paid me more money. It just
Yeah.
I took a leap of faith,
And I
and I
feel
was taken
like
care
I
of.
feel like you did all of this like simultaneously.
Yeah,
Like
it was
dump the
and it was the
relationship,
same at
dump
the
the
root.
job,
At the
dump
root,
the
it was the same lesson, and
yeah,
it was self worth, your
yeah,
worthiness, your
yeah,
worthiness. That's why I did that photo shoot in the woods like Lilith,
yeah.
because
Oh,
I thrive in the wilderness. It don't
yeah,
matter the circumstances. I'm a thrive in the wilderness. I'm an
right,
empress. That's why I
right.
did that photo shoot.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what life throw at me, I'm gonna thrive.
Yeah,
I'm
you
because I have
came
faith.
through stumping.
I have faith. That's one
Mm-hmm.
thing I got. Like nobody, I don't care what it look like. I can have 2 quarters to my name. I'm gonna rub them together, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a genie, baby. I'll make anything come out the sky.
Yeah.
That's me in real
Yeah,
life.
it is. That is you in real life.
That's
I
me in real
witnessed it.
life.
I've seen it for
I'm a
myself.
genie, baby, in
Yeah.
real life.
I've seen it for myself. Like, nobody can sleep on you about that,
hmm
at the end of the day. But it's nothing. I just want to throw this out there to everybody, though. It's not anything that you're doing or have done that they can't do.
That they can't do. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You
You
know what
got
I'm
to have
saying?
faith. It's all.
You
It's
got
faith.
to,
You got to know.
you
You
have
got to
to
know
call
and
your power back.
demand. You got to demand. You got to be like, I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of this. I deserve
Yeah.
more. I want more.
Yeah. You got to call your
You
power
got to
back.
speak it.
You
And
got
of
to
course, you
speak
got to
it.
take action too. You can't just be like, I
Yeah.
want more and waiting for shit to come out of the sky.
Right.
I take
Absolutely.
action.
But I mean,
Um,
calling your power back, whether it's you speaking it out loud or you actually believing in your mind that you're going to take your power and make it something better than what you just experienced.
right, you got
You
to
know,
become an
you,
alchemist.
right. That's it.
Right,
Like, it's more, oh, magician.
right.
Oh, magician, right.
You got
You
to be
gotta,
a magician, baby. You got to be a
you gotta
magician in
flip
these.
that thing around, honestly.
Right,
I
right.
decided one day I was so damn miserable in that last relationship and healing through that thing afterwards that one day I just decided that I wanted to be happy every
Right,
day.
right.
And I was no longer willing. I got to the
Every
point where I
day.
was like, bruh, I had so many miserable, unhappy days in my past, in my childhood, in my teenage years, in my young, like my shit was miserable.
Yeah.
I went through a lot of things from the age of around like as far as I can remember,
Mhm.
all the way up until a few years ago now, a couple years ago now.
Mhm.
But it just really came to the point where because of how affected I was in that last relationship, that was like what you call it, like the thing that tipped it over, the last straw or something like that. That was the straw
Mhm.
that tipped the something. I don't know. Somebody help me out.
Mhm.
What's the
Mhm.
Mother
I don't
Maria?
know,
I
but
know
I'm
you
thinking
got
about the damn the tip tank, the
right.
water tank.
Like it was like the last straw.
It was over. Yeah.
Like that was it. Like that was the last straw. And you
Mhm.
know how it happened. Oh, please let me tell y'all this story real quick. I'm gonna stop
Mhm.
storytelling after this. I promise.
No,
I'm gonna let y'all go.
no, you're good.
Girl,
For my job, this is me and Britt on the phone every time we
every
talk.
time.
This is just us. So this is
Yes.
just us. Like
Yeah.
that's so funny.
This is us every time, like literally. Literally. But what was I about to say? Oh,
Go ahead. I'm
what was
listening.
the
Let me.
last
Let me.
straw for me was broke the camel's back. Yeah, that's it, Miss Charlene. The straw that broke the camel's back. That's it. Thank y'all,
Shout out to Miss
mothers. I
Charlene.
appreciate y'all. Okay, so I was with him, right? Still, but I was
Mhm.
pregnant with Egypt, right?
Mhm.
And this was right before I left the relationship, like a week before. And my
Mhm.
baby sister had came to see me, Pam. She came to see me for at the time she was living in Charlotte. And me and her was riding in the car, listening to music, and we was just riding. You know what I'm saying? She watching the road. I'm in the passenger seat. She got the windows cracked. I could feel the breeze blowing in my face.
Mhm.
And instantly I started crying like he didn't want to drink your tea. Exactly. That's another story. Remember he said I was trying to put him to sleep with my tea. Yeah, but I'm riding in the car with Pam, bruh, and I was feeling so good in that moment that I realized I was miserable every single day for some months. Like I was
Really?
crying so hard because I was feeling good and I hadn't felt good in months. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So it wasn't like years or anything like that, but at that moment for me, it was like, yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I can't do this because
Mhm.
I'm so unhappy that a moment of feeling joy just brought me to tears because I haven't been feeling like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like we need that. Like
Right.
them moments that push us to the brink of this is what you need to do for yourself, and this is what you need to do for yourself immediately if you want to recover or revive or be able to really maintain any type of sanity leaving this situation, you know.
Right.
So I can't even remember what brought me to say that.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
but
obviously it was meant for me to say, like, but
I
that was
think what
because
no,
that was that
if
awareness
you
for
was
me.
saying how important it is to put your happiness first and
Exactly, exactly right.
make
Yeah,
decisions to do what's best for you because it just feels good.
because it feels
And a
good,
lot
and
of
then
times
your
we don't even be
feelings are telling you
realizing.
what where your emotions are a GPS system that guides you on your path that is meant for you. Anytime that you are not feeling good about something, things don't sit right with you, it don't settle right with you, you don't want to do this, you are not in alignment. And that means
Right.
you need to migrate more towards the things that feel good to you to know that you're in alignment. So it's not for you to be upset or angry that you don't like how you feel in these moments. It's an opportunity for you to awaken and realize that whatever you are doing in this moment is not in alignment with you, and you need to flip it and get it to doing something that feels good to you, that feels more
Right.
right to you, that feels more secure, So hold on one
Right.
second, I'm coming.
Right. But I definitely agree with what Britt is saying. I'm a second that. One thing for me that sticks out when I know that something is not for me and I'm not in alignment, I can feel my energy being drained. You ever do something and you just feel so tired? You just be tired. You be around somebody and they just be taking your energy. You just be so tired, or you'll work that job and you be so tired. Like, that's another sign for me. Like, that's when I know I got to go. I can't be here. It ain't giving me that spark. Y'all ever do something like it could be anything that lights you up. You ever do something you can do it all day. You can just keep showing up. You can stay consistent because that passion is what's fueling you, and that's what's sparking you up. Um, Usually that's when you know, like usually that's part of your purpose, or that's when you know that thing is in alignment with me. Or you talk to somebody and they just like spark you up and y'all bounce off each other. And it's reciprocated. So it's like, okay, we in alignment. But you be around somebody and you be tired and you don't really got no energy and they just sucking you. Not in alignment. Let it go. It don't feel good to you. It don't feel good. And I'm so happy. Like my last job, I'm so happy that I actually left and made that decision to put me first. Anybody outside of me probably would have been like, girl, you crazy. Don't leave that job. They paying you $24 an hour. Don't leave them. Just wait till you find something else and this and that and
Because them
ran.
people crazy and they used to
Yeah, they
settling.
crazy as hell. And then, baby, I ain't no slave.
They used
Honey,
to settling.
money work for me, honey. I'm a money magnet.
Right.
I'm like, these people can take that $24, honey. And I left.
Okay.
And then I got
Take
another
it and
job
shove
offer
it.
making more money. Like, I'm not settling for this. The people
Right.
try to play me, but they was showing it was the same lesson that I was learning. Know your worth. They served as a catalyst for me. Like they
Yes.
did me any kind of way so to see if I was gonna stand
Yeah.
up for myself. And without blowing up, because that's another cycle I was in. I would get pushed out of jobs. I will be in jobs and I'll be one of their best employees. I'm a sweet person. I'm genuine. I love what I do. Um, I love my clients, but I would get comfortable. That's another thing. I stopped showing up for, I meant to be an entrepreneur. I'll stop showing up for me because I'm so dedicated in making these other people rich. And
Mm-hmm.
then things will happen to kind of like shake me up, and then I'll get emotional about it, end up exploding and cussing the people out and then storming out. But this time, I was professional. I stood my ground, and I said, I don't appreciate like the way they did things, and I just told them like I deserve better.
Yeah.
And I made a decision to leave,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I did, and I completed that
Me
cycle, and I
too.
know I won't go through that experience again.
I was glad too because you said you wasn't gonna do that no more anyway. And then you
Yeah,
turned around and did it again.
took my ass right on bed.
Okay. It's just like, and you know what
But
be so crazy?
actually,
Look.
this was different because before, like growing up, like I worked with kids with autism and I did direct support, but then I became a behavior therapist.
Right.
So that was the first company that I did behavior therapy with. So I'm like, I'm happy because this is the most money I ever made. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But it was the same lesson. They did the same shit that the other company did.
Right.
They was paying me $15 an hour.
Right.
So I'm like, ooh, I'm making more money. But then, that's why I said like the lesson was know your worth.
Yeah.
I'm worth more than $25 an hour. Like
Right.
my my products will bring in way more money than what the fuck they pay me.
Right.
And that's where my mind is. It's like, no, I'm not settling for that. Like
Mm-hmm.
especially when they started tripping. But yeah, I didn't and I was so tired. Like, and I told myself I'm not working past 3 o'clock. I have to be a mother.
Right.
I have kids. I'm not working past 3 o'clock.
Right.
And y'all, I would be tired by 12.
Yeah.
I go there 8:30, and by 12 o'clock, I'm
Yeah,
tired. I don't even drink
because they
coffee.
were they were
That's what I'm
draining you.
saying. Because it
It
was in
was
alignment. Like
right,
I learned what I needed to learn,
right,
and
and
it
it
was
was
time for
time
me
to
to
go.
go. And I still was being comfortable staying
Right,
there.
right.
So that's why things had to switch up, and that's why I said they served as a catalyst. They did what they needed to do.
Yeah. And that's
They
the
switched
beauty
up.
in it, is going
Right,
through
right.
something and not leaving in anger and bitterness. Like, no, I was supposed to learn something from this, and this is what I learned. You know what I'm saying? And I can now take it and move on to the next level. Like, I say this thing all the time, like, bro, I plan on living till I'm about 105. So I'm gonna be
Right,
learning a lot for a long time. You
right,
know?
right.
It's okay for me to go through things and experience these things because it teaches me and prepares me for what's next.
What's
And
next?
then this
Exactly.
is the thing, like, you can set an intention and say, this is the kind of life I want. I want a
Right.
life that where per example, when I wanted to be a salon owner before I was a salon owner. I
Right.
knew I wanted to be
I
a
remember you
salon
even
owner.
manifesting like Lock Queen on Will Be. Like
I,
I remember
I
the
remember, right,
conversations and the way it happened was crazy. Like just the, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we really magical out
we
here.
are.
We really.
We are. But what started happening was I had to go through experiences that prepared me for being a business owner. I just didn't know that those lessons were
Right.
going to prepare me for business.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it was just
Right.
like, damn, I had to like really go through some things and experience some conflicts that at the time I was like, bro, why am I even going through this? But the lessons that I learned from what I went through prepared me for my big thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it got me ready. And then when I got my big thing and I started going through the different changes and reaching new levels and growing and building and making it more than even what I thought it was going to be from the beginning, it was like, this is why I went through that. Like now I
Right.
understand, you know. And so because of that, of me coming to that awareness, now when I go through things, I don't go through them with like, damn,
Right.
oh, I'm gonna let
You're
it
not a
tear my
victim.
day
You're
up.
not a
Like,
victim. You're
nah,
excited.
no, I'm
You're
still
excited when some fun shit
happy.
happens.
I'm
That's how I
still
be.
happy
Soon
because
as something
I'm
happens,
choosing it. Okay. I'm
soon as the
choosing to
pressure
still be
comes.
happy anyway because I know this is not a bad thing. This
Right.
is
Right.
me manifesting my next big thing, you
Right.
know?
This is the change. This
And
is
I'm
the
a
change.
big dreamer. Like I dream
Right.
big. Like, you know, I be
Right.
out in the stars somewhere.
Right. And you should be. You
You know what
should be
I'm saying?
delusional. You're
So of
supposed to be
course I had to go through
delusional.
some
You're
tough
supposed to be
things.
delusional.
Right. I when it comes to my dreams and my goals, I get real delusional to the point where I definitely don't always speak them to everybody. Only my direct
Exactly.
tribe, because everybody can't take what I'm coming off of.
Exactly. Because everybody
You
ain't
know?
right.
Yeah, everybody can't take that. A lot of people will look at you and be
I
like,
literally just
what?
said that
You
to
know?
somebody today. I was literally talking to her. Said that today. Like, that's why you can't. That's why people say, you don't tell your dreams to everybody, because a lot of people, like when you delusional and you really seeing yourself in a certain light and you really see your vision, a person that don't see your vision will continue to try to bring you down.
Right.
Like, well, how you gonna do this? Well, how you gonna get the money? How you gonna pay the bills? How you gonna?
Right.
I'm magical as fuck. That's why. That's how I'm
Period.
gonna do it. That's how
That's
I'm gonna
how I'm gonna
do
do
it.
it.
How I
That's
been
how I've been
without a
doing
job.
it.
How I been without a job
That's
this
how when I
long.
started doing that, that's what's been working for me. So I'm gonna do
Right. It's
that.
going.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
nah, I'm gonna grow through this thing, Queen of Cups. I'm gonna go through this thing. I'm gonna feel this thing. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
prosper.
Queen of Cups, Ace of
Ooh,
Cups, honey, Empress and forgiveness, baby. You
I
better
know
come on
that's
through.
right.
You better come on through, baby. I'm sitting here with my
Okay.
card.
Come with it, sis. But
Come
yeah,
on
and then the
through.
wheel
Emotional
because we wrapping
bliss,
up that. Yeah,
fulfillment.
absolutely.
It feels good
Absolutely.
though. It
It
feels
feels
good.
good.
It
So
feels good when you
I
really
feel really good about this conversation. Like
me
this
too. I
feels
hope we
really
help
good.
somebody. I want to say that I enjoy y'all for being here with us. I hope we
Yeah.
brought some type of some real good emotions to y'all. Hope we made y'all smile tonight, feel
Hmm.
good, brought some type of enlightenment,
Hmm.
awareness. But yeah, I did enjoy this. This was
Yeah.
fun. And I hope if y'all anybody out there that is dealing with narcissism, hopefully this gave you a different perspective and you able to look at that narcissist or those behaviors and just look at it through a different lens
Yeah.
in a way
I
that'll help you free yourself
yeah.
and learn and grow and evolve from that connection.
Yeah, I have set an intention for like our lives moving forward, the
Mm-hmm.
videos that I do on the Building with Queen page. My
Mm-hmm.
intention really is for people to get to a point to where they just feel free within themselves and
Right.
to be able to move forward without bitterness and
Right.
without anger. and
Right.
and
Feeling.
I want to, we can go deep another time, but I know we've been on here a long time, so I don't want to go too deep. But
Right.
I say that because when you move forward in your life with anger, with bitterness, with jealousy, with sadness, with any kind of frequency that's low, like any kind of frequency that makes you down, you are now putting yourself at risk for physical illnesses in the body,
Right.
cancers in the body, because like you said, cells have memory. And we talk about this all the time, like we want to bring a healing, but we want to bring a full healing. And the intention of the things that I have to say and the things that Rhonda is saying is really to help people free themselves from those low frequencies and emotions that bring illness and sickness into our community. We are
Right.
aware that in order for people to heal their bodies, it first starts in their mind and in their hearts. You know
Exactly.
what
You got to connect the head and the heart,
saying? And
baby.
you have to
Yeah.
be able to release those low frequencies, because when you vibing low too much, your oxygen levels are low, like your blood flow is slow, like you don't breathe the same. Like if you're overthinking a lot, it is a scientific fact that when people are overthinking, they're not properly breathing and inhaling like they're supposed to. Keep in mind that when we breathe, our bellies are supposed to expand when we breathe in, not our chest. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times when people are overthinking, that breathing is in their chest, and they like in the chest, when
That's
your
how people
breath is
form panic
supposed to
attacks and
come
stuff like
down
that.
into your belly and then
Mm-hmm.
back out. And when your body is not getting proper oxygen because you're overthinking, you're now depriving your tissues and your blood of proper oxygen. You can't
Mm-hmm.
function the same. All of that comes from
Mm-hmm.
vibing low.
Mm-hmm. And
So
that's death. That's
that's
killing
death.
yourself. That's
That is
it.
illness. That is
That
sickness.
is
It's
hell on
hell
earth.
on
That's
earth.
creating hell on
It
earth.
is. So the goal is to release us as a tribe,
As a
as a
collective.
unit, as a whole. We want to spread. We want to help people heal from not only just the mental, but the physical ailments that they're experiencing because of their mental and emotional being out of balance, because they're still victimized and they're sad and they're down and they're lonely. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end what I got to say with saying I pray everybody feels more whole from watching
Right.
and listening to our perspectives of how we deal with conflict and trauma in
Right.
life.
How we
Yeah.
navigate. It's how we navigating through life.
Yeah. This how
Yeah.
we navigate. Right. Because we want to be healthy.
How do I go back? Whatever.
You got it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, I'm done. I
Okay.
love y'all.
Hold on, y'all. Hold
Hold
on.
on.
I was putting a comment in the comment section.
Oh, okay.
My contact rolling. That's why I was like, hold
Oh, don't you hate that?
on. Hmm. But I definitely agree. Of course, I gotta put. Damn, what is that? Ooh, what was that?
What you doing?
And make sure you shop She is Kaline for your
Yes.
wellness products.
Yes, 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 yes,
And
yes.
if y'all don't
Read
know, I do sell detox. I sell rose water detox drinks. I sell. Ooh, what's
The
that?
Alchemist.
Okay, the alchemist, baby, come through.
Yes.
I sell juices. Miss Maria, yes,
Uh,
Miss Maria got some good stuff. Miss Maria, I gotta hit you
please.
up. I be talking to my friend Brianna. about Miss Maria. She got some
Yeah.
good stuff. I gotta hit you up, Miss Maria.
Yeah. I love
But yes, I make
y'all. Yeah.
cold pressed juices, and that will save that story for another live about me being diagnosed with Crohn's and
Yeah.
healing myself and overcoming and all that.
Yeah.
But I will say, yeah, we healing from the inside out. So that's on a cellular level. So that's why we are big on our diet. We're
Absolutely.
big on feeding our bodies things that's going to feed us on a
Right.
cellular level, things that's going to
Right.
bring life to our body, things that's going to help us thrive and help us shift and realign and align with, because the earth, everybody's evolving, everybody's leveling up. So that's why you're seeing so many people healing, so many people on the wave. Like it's not a trend, it's real life, it's real shit that's going on, it's real change, and I love it. Yeah, and we just want people to continue to raise your frequency, continue to expand your mind, expand your horizons, and be intentional about your healing and your journey. A lot of people, majority of people on this planet are on
Hmm.
autopilot. People just, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They just wake up, they survive, and they survive, and a lot of people not
Hmm.
living. So we just encouraging y'all to take a little step back and make the decision to live. It's time to live, honey. We're done surviving. We're done trying to make it. Like we're done struggling. So
Hmm.
and of course there's still gonna be some shit now. But
Yeah.
just about raising your frequency gonna help you flow. You can flow with the divine. You don't gotta be as hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Shop Shiz Kalan for your wellness products. I have a challenge coming up soon. I have a subscription coming up soon. I'm delivering juices weekly, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's all. Britt, if you done, I guess we'll see. We'll do this again. We'll
Yeah.
announce next time.
Yeah.
But
We'll
we
be
hope
back.
y'all
We'll be
enjoy.
back next Thursday.
Yes, next
Yes.
Thursday. Yes,
We'll be
yes,
back next
yes.
Thursday, and hopefully we can be back on time, and we gonna be
We'll,
better with
we'll be back
operating
on
the
time. That was
live.
my fault, y'all. I
Not really.
breastfeed. Well,
You got a baby.
yeah,
She's still
honey.
a
She
baby, right?
she would not let honey. She just knew
Yeah.
I had something planned.
Yeah. It'd be like that
She knew.
sometimes. We got grace with the babies now.
Right.
Ain't gonna be getting on Indigo and leave my baby alone.
Real quick.
Hey.
I tried to put Indigo down, y'all. She was like, this going to sleep. And when she opened her eyes and see me walking away, she jumped up like, where you going? I said, girl, you look like Rasputia. Where you about to? Y'all, she's like,
Where you going?
I was
Hold
like,
on.
Dad, I was trying to creep out, girl. I was trying to
No.
creep away.
That's
And she
all
was
right.
like, where you going?
Uh-huh. And we
But,
know them girls is something else now. They going,
okay.
yeah, they not
Yeah.
playing.
We will be back
Yep.
next Thursday. I
Love,
love this. This was love. This felt
love this.
good.
Love y'all. Love you,
Well,
sis.
love
Thank you so
you. Have a good
much.
night. I'll talk to you later.
Yes. All right.
Don't be up 3 o'clock in the morning tonight.
I'm gonna try not to. But if you are, text me to see if I am too.
Okay.
Okay. Cause I just might be. I'll be up
That's
at
too
night.
funny.
I'll be up at night,
It's
man.
funny. Another one of my friends was up too. She come
For
text.
real.
I
Wow.
said, "Why everybody up 3 something in the morning?"
I'll be up
Love you,
at
Miss
night.
Maria. Thank you. Thank you
Love
for
y'all
being
so
here,
much. Yeah.
and everybody else that tapped in. Thank y'all for
Yeah.
being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss
So
Charlene.
much. Love Miss
Yes.
Charlene. Yeah.
Thank you, Camry.
Love Mother
Cam.
Maria. You see Cam?
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Key, Twana, Katrina,
Katrina and Katrina. We have
Shakila,
both of my Trinas on here.
Katina. Yes, thank y'all. Thank y'all. We love y'all. We love the love. We appreciate the support. And we'll talk to you guys next Thursday. Same time. Same time?
Yep. Same time. We're gonna shoot for 9 again, and hopefully we can work the live off that.
Right, right, right.
Uh yeah.
Right.
Better than
It
we
might be
had
better
a
if you
start.
just do it from your thing and lock me in because my life be acting crazy.
Yeah.
People in the group, it just don't. So,
Yeah. It's okay. We gonna download it anyway.
right.
Yeah.
All
All
right. Good
right.
night. Good night.
Namaste.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all.